One of the interesting things about commercial photography is it's a little bit like an iceberg, in that you can spend maybe a day shooting images and getting things right as best you can in camera in terms of the lighting, the composition and the styling of an image, but you never really get the final result until you've spent, in some cases, quite considerable time in front of the computer enhancing and just retouching those images. Now, a lot of clients think that when you're conducting a shoot, and maybe it's a half a day shoot, that's basically it. But depending on the subject matter and depending on the level of retouching required, a half a day shoot can sometimes turn into 2 days of work, simply because of the amount of time that's needed to make products look as best as they possibly can. Now, one of the most important things when doing retouching is that you have to use high quality equipment, particularly if your products are color sensitive. What we do as commercial photographers is always try to copy as best as technically possible the colors of our clients' products. So before a shoot, we will use a special piece of kit to record the color temperature of the light in which we're shooting. We can then use that to create the correctly colored images on the computer. But before you can start editing, you need to make sure that what you're actually looking at is a correct rendition of the color that you shot. So as you can see here, what we've got is a laptop, Mac laptop here, which are pretty good. But in order for us to carry out commercial quality editing, we need a commercial monitor. Now, this particular monitor is color balanced and it has a calibration system built into it, which basically means that the monitor will, on a fairly frequent basis, do a calibration of the ambient lighting in which we're operating. Because if you're operating in a strong daylight area with high levels of light, then your screen can show you one level of color and brightness. If then the day goes by and it becomes fairly low light and you're working in just normal bulbs in a room, then that ambient light is very different. Now, this particular screen will adjust itself to work correctly at that ambient light. The next thing you need is, of course, a way of retouching, and just using a mouse is not really the best way to do it. It's tedious, it's inaccurate. So what we've invested in is a pad system here, which allows us to use a pen and very accurately go in and maybe do some cloning, which is removing items perhaps from a particular shot, or adjusting the levels of shade and light, so we call it dodging and burning. And all of this is not really fake, it's just trying to show products in the best possible way for our clients. It's what every advertising photographer would do. But I just wanted to share with you this morning a couple of things that we do, and that is to explain how we get the right balance of colour for our clients, and the kind of the level of investment that you need to make, and in terms of technology, but more importantly in terms of time. Retouching is an art, and I guess I spent more time learning how to retouch than I did actually learning the art of photography itself. So when you're looking at a commercial photography outfit, you basically need to be sure that not only are they good at taking photographs, which is pretty much should be a given, but they're good at styling, which is something we pride ourselves in, and that they're good at producing the final images through good professional retouching. And And that's what we hope to bring to our clients.